Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making pho, Vietnamese soup. It's got rice noodles and it's got Thai basil, cabbage and bean sprouts on the side. All that stuff is served raw. What I'm going to show you how to make today is the broth. So we're going to jump over here. I have, well, let me go over the ingredient list. You're going to need 4 shallots. You're going to need star anise, about 8 of them. You're going to need black cardamom, star anise, Vietnamese cinnamon. You're going to need licorice, black peppercorns, cloves, and I'll put all the portions in the comments down there. So we're going to go ahead and put all of that here. We're going to toast that first. Okay? While that's toasting, I have 2 tablespoons here of oil. I'm going to go ahead and put my shallots. And with that sauteing, I'll go over the other ingredients. You're going to need this. Mushroom seasoning. This is mushroom powder. Okay? I like this brand, Imperial Taste, because it has no MSG. And there's no animal products in this whatsoever. Okay? You're going to need that. You're going to need lemongrass. What I did was cut the bottom, and then I literally took a hammer and just pound the hell out of it. So there it is, it's hammered. You're going to need some Kefir lime leaves, about 8 of them. You're going to need daikon, which is Asian radish. You're going to need an apple. I used any sweet apple would be fine. An onion, a huge piece of ginger, garlic, carrots and celery, vegetable broth, a low sodium vegetable broth that I have over there. And then you're going to need you're going to need 4 dry shiitake mushrooms that I've soaked in water. We're going to use the water and we're going to cut up the shiitake mushrooms to put in our broth, okay? So right now what we want to do with the shallots, we want to get them nice and crispy. So as you can see there, they're getting nice and toasty. That's what you want. This is going to be part of the pho when it's all done. Okay? Just about almost there. That's good enough, in my opinion. Grab a plate, put that on a plate. Keep an eye on your spices. You don't want to burn your spices. Once you hear it like crackle, you want to remove it from the heat. Put this on the side. And I have some white mushrooms, or you can use shiitake mushrooms, whichever you want fresh. Put that in there. Keep an eye on your spices. See how you can, now this is starting to get really fragrant, you can see a little smoke coming out. Remove it from the heat. So we have the mushrooms. And a little bit of water to this, just to help it break down. And you're going to need 3 cups of vegetable broth and 4 cups of water for the pho. There we go. See how it's starting to break down? Put your garlic in there. really good. Put your mushrooms in here. This is going to cook a little bit more later on, so don't sweat the big stuff. This is just to get all the flavors released. And at this point, you're also going to need Thai basil, but this is for later on. Right now, we're just making the broth. But you're going to need Thai basil. You're going to need tofu. You're going to need bean sprouts and cabbage. So I'm putting my veggie broth in here. 3 cups. I just went ahead and heated it. I'm going to put 4 cups of water. Lower your heat. I'm going to go ahead and strain this, but if you don't want to strain it, you can get a little cheesecloth bag and put all your spices in there, but I don't. So here I have 4 cardamoms, about 4 or 5 sticks of cinnamon, 8 star anise, 2 teaspoons of cloves, 2 teaspoons of coriander, 2 teaspoons of licorice, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper. All that goes in there. Carrots and celery, lemongrass, daikon, about 2 daikons. Then this, what I do is just, I need about a 4-inch knob. So I just microwave it to get it started. Put it down for, see what 30 seconds looks like. Take an apple. You're also going to need an apple. I forgot. I scrubbed it really well with baking soda to get the wax off of it. And just cut it in pieces. Put that in there. About a tablespoon of soy sauce. I'm using liquid aminos. Check this out over here. I'm going to put it for a minute more. And this that you see here is this. Is that I stock this, like tons of it. So I just put it in a jar when I open it. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of mushroom powder. And it sounds like it's ready. Take your onion, just cut it in half, skin and all, just throw it all in there. I washed the onion, by the way. Grab your ginger and cut it into quarters. Put it all in there. Stir it all up. You might have to add another 2 cups of water to this, you know, because it will start reducing. And this I'm going to let simmer for about an hour, hour and a half. Alright, I'm going to put a cover on it and I'm going to put it on low simmer. And then we'll go ahead and strain it when it's done. When I come back, I'll show you when I strain it and what else we need to do with it. Alright? Okay, so it's actually been about an hour. You want the vegetables to be tender, but you don't want them to be falling apart. Regardless, anyway, you're not going to be using the veggies anyway, so this is what we're going to do now. This is what it looks like. Nice dark broth. I'm going to go ahead and just strain it. You don't have to strain it, but some people use the little cheesecloth for the spices and all that. And if you do that, you don't have to strain it. You can just fish out the broth. So you don't want to mash the veggies, that's for sure. And I went ahead and I added the other 2 cups of water because it did reduce quite a bit. So here you have this beautiful broth. And I'm going to go ahead and add, I took these shiitake mushrooms that I had, the dry shiitakes, And I went ahead and I cut them and I removed the stems. So we're gonna go ahead and put that, we're gonna let this simmer for about another 15-20 minutes. All right. And at this point, I couldn't find Asian rock salt, but if you do, you want a nice big chunk of rock salt. I'm just going to use organic sugar, about 2 tablespoons. At this point, taste it for salt. Tastes pretty good. And then, very gingerly, you don't want the sediment that's on the bottom of the water here. Just go ahead and pour that in there. This is about a cup and a half of liquid. So we started with 3 cups of veggie broth, 4 cups of water. I went ahead and added 2 cups of water because it reduced quite a bit. And now I'm going to add a cup and a half of water from the mushroom. Then I'm going to let this simmer. Let it simmer for 20 minutes. Then we'll go ahead and strain out the mushrooms. And your pho is ready. I'll be back to show you how to serve it. All right. See you back in about 20 minutes. Okay, so we're back. Now I'm going to show you how to do the tofu. I got the tofu and I cut it into 1-inch squares. Into 1-inch strips, and then I cut it in the half again. So you got 4 pieces. Okay. Here I took a little Ziploc and I put just regular flour with a little bit of salt and Chinese 5 spice. It's probably about a half a cup of flour, teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice, and a little bit of salt. Just take your tofu, throw it in there, shake it up. Here I have a little bit of oil, well, quite a bit of oil, not a little bit. And let's just put this here to fry real quick. And then in another pot over here, I have rice noodles that are soaking. And yesterday and I made the stock. I went ahead and I took out the mushrooms. And I also wanted to point out, if you find the stock is a little cloudy, just take some cheesecloth and strain it if you want a nice clear broth. This takes literally a couple seconds. So, just until it's nice and crispy, which is about right now. My rice noodles, put it on the other side. Folks, this is done right here. And the rice noodles. Rice noodles, let me see if they're done. Yep, they're done. So take your bowl, put your rice noodles, strain them really well. Put it in your bowl. If you want more rice noodles, go right ahead, and your broth. Actually, you know what? Let me dress this first. I'm done, guys. put your tofu. If you got a nice deep bowl, that would be awesome. And remember the mushrooms and the shallots that I sauteed yesterday and the portobellos? Here they are. So, you want to make it look pretty, put a portobello in each one, some of the dried portobellos that we reconstituted. And some of your mushrooms and your shallots. Here. You get the veggie broth. Pour your veggie broth in there. And let's go over here real quick and I'll show you a little trick. Your bean sprouts, when you buy them, I don't know, they spray something on them, I don't know what it is. Or it's not that they spray, I think it's from the fermentation, the lactobacillus, whatever you want to call it. It gives it a little bitter flavor. What I do is, I just blanch them. Actually, I just pour some hot water on them. That gets rid of that bitter taste in your bean sprouts. So I don't know if some of you have ever noticed, but when you eat raw bean sprouts, they taste a little bitter. Just pour some hot, or soak it in hot water like for a couple seconds. And then just run some cold water over it. It doesn't cook them, it just takes away that bitterness. And here I have some shaved cabbage, some Thai mint, and some basil, Thai basil. And here we are. This is how you serve it up, folks. And all done. Vietnamese pho chai. Alright? You got your little spoon, your chopsticks, and all your goodies. So, shaved cabbage, mint, basil, your tofu. If you want to use other veggies like sliced julienne carrots and stuff like that, go right ahead. And that's pretty much it. So, if you have any questions, put it down in the comments and I'll get back to you. Hope you guys try out this recipe. I know it seems like it's a little daunting, but what I do is I make a lot of broth. I freeze it, and whenever I want some pho, I just pull it out of the freezer, and it makes a real quick meal. So I hope you guys try it out. If you like it and you make it, let me know. And thanks for tuning in. De mi casa a tu casa. Thanks, and veg on. Peace.